2, which is why Nick Aldis just made the title match at the...
The WWE Universe was rocked to its core as Roman Reigns made his thunderous return. And he didn't come alone. In a moment that blew the roof off the arena, Jey Uso joined his brother in a shocking alliance to destroy Paul Heyman in the most brutal revenge attack of the year. Months of betrayal came crashing down as the tribal chief and main event Jey made a violent statement. The bloodline is back, and no one is safe. Chaos erupted, alliances shattered, and the WWE landscape has been forever changed. This isn't just a return, it's a reckoning. The shocking return. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso storm the arena. The WWE Universe exploded into a frenzy of cheers and disbelief as the arena plunged into darkness without warning. An eerie silence was broken by the familiar, haunting static of the Bloodline's entrance music. But tonight, it carried a heavier, more ominous tone. Suddenly, blinding spotlights snapped on, revealing Roman Reigns standing tall and imposing on the ramp. His eyes, cold and laser-focused, locked onto Paul Heyman at ringside. The air crackled with tension, anticipation hanging like a storm about to break. Then, as if summoned by Roman's fierce presence, Jey Uso's music blasted through the speakers, and the brothers marched forward, shoulder to shoulder, united like never before. The crowd roared, sensing the unmistakable message. The bloodline was back, stronger, fiercer, and ready to reclaim its throne. And Paul Heyman's time of scheming and manipulation was coming to a brutal end. Paul Heyman's reign of terror ends tonight. For months, Paul Heyman had waged a covert war on Roman Reigns and the bloodline. Using his unmatched insider knowledge, Heyman orchestrated Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker into a merciless faction designed to dismantle the Samoan dynasty from within. He exploited Roman's mysterious absence and Jey Uso's hesitation to rejoin the family, thinking himself untouchable. A puppet master pulling strings from the shadows. But tonight, those strings were cut. Roman's return was no mere comeback. It was a declaration of war. And he didn't come alone. The tribal chief's presence was a thunderclap, but Jey Uso's arrival was the lightning strike that electrified the entire arena. The vicious assault, Bloodline Strikes Back. The assault began with the fury of a hurricane. Roman charged the ring, his eyes burning with righteous anger. Without hesitation, he leveled Paul Heyman with a devastating spear that sent the unsuspecting advocate crashing through the announcer's table in a shower of splintered wood and stunned silence. The crowd erupted, their cheers echoing like a battle cry. At the same moment, Jey Uso turned his attention to Seth Rollins. With lethal precision, Jey launched a super kick that sent Rollins hurtling off the apron, crashing hard onto the floor below. The chaos was total. A perfect symphony of retribution, orchestrated by two brothers who had reclaimed their unity and purpose. Roman grabbed Heyman by the lapels of his expensive $10,000 suit. The fabric stretched taut under the tribal chief's iron grip. Dragging the broken man into the ring, Roman's voice cut through the roar of the crowd with a low, deadly growl. "This is for every lie." The steel chair raised above Jey Uso's head crashed down hard on Heyman's ribs with a sickening thud, the sound echoing through the arena like a final verdict. Heyman gasped, crumpling to the mat in pain. The ultimate symbol, passing the torch. With Heyman reeling, Jey climbed to the top rope, his muscles coiled like a spring. Launching himself with perfect grace, he executed the Uso splash, his signature move, landing squarely on Heyman's motionless body. The crowd was deafening, the moment etched into WWE history. Then, in an unforgettable gesture, Roman reached into Heyman's belongings and snatched the Wiseman pendant, a symbol of cunning and manipulation, and slipped it around Jey's neck. The torch had been passed in the most brutal, symbolic way possible. It wasn't just a victory over a common enemy, it was a reclaiming of family honor, legacy, and power. Backstage fallout, chaos, and consequences. The aftermath backstage was nothing short of nuclear. Paul Heyman was stretchered away, his ribs likely broken, and his reign of scheming shattered. Meanwhile, Seth Rollins was seen frantically protesting to WWE officials, demanding the recent match be voided due to interference and chaos. The tension was palpable as the officials deliberated under enormous pressure. Braun Breaker, furious over the sudden onslaught, immediately called out Roman for a no-disqualification match at SummerSlam, promising that this war was far from over. The Usos were spotted celebrating with Roman in the locker room, smiles wide, energy electric, and united like never before. The Bloodline War Games. A battle for the ages looms. WWE is fast-tracking what could be the most epic War Games match in history, pitting the Bloodline against the faction of Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and Braun Breaker. Whispers and rumors hint that The Rock himself might get involved, setting the stage for a legendary showdown that transcends generations. Tonight wasn't just about revenge, it was about legacy. Roman and Jey didn't merely dismantle Paul Heyman's faction. They sent a message to the entire WWE universe that the Bloodline runs this kingdom. And with SummerSlam looming on the horizon, the stakes have never been higher. A new era begins. Who will rule the WWE? The biggest question now is simple but profound. Did Roman Reigns and Jey Uso just deliver the greatest revenge moment in WWE history? Their vicious, well-coordinated attack showcased not only their physical dominance, but also the rekindled bond that made the Bloodline unstoppable. Fans everywhere are buzzing, eager to see what comes next in this brutal family saga. Will The Rock join the Bloodline's cause, cementing a Samoan dynasty for the ages? Or will new enemies rise to challenge their iron grip on the WWE? Smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay locked in, because this Bloodline reunion changes everything.